one of the main problems we have in our homes is the lack of rich activity that really brings us together. If we think about our homes, so often we're like ships passing in the night. We're so busy. Oh, where are you off to now? It's so hard to find the time, to find a context for being together in the ways that we really badly want to be together, but sometimes we're not sure how to do that. Well, what do you do to actually be together in a richer way? Here's something that you might find extremely helpful. Become a read-aloud leader. It's, in a sense, it's kind of ready-made. It's a ready-made, amazing context. Read aloud together. Why is that so special? Well, let's go to 30,000 feet here. Thinking together, if I may put it that way, thinking together is the richest way of being together as humans. When I say thinking here, what I mean is really any of a number of ways that we deeply engage the human difference, that we engage our rationality. So thinking here, take it as really engaging as human, engaging as persons, as rational. This is where we're kind of most experience our relationship and be able to, well, again, be together in a richer sort of way. Well, there's different ways of doing that. We find it hard. We've lost a lot of the customs and kind of common practices of how to be together rationally. Think of a now very dominant context of entertainment. Entertainment isn't bad, at least certainly not in its kind. Sometimes it might be. But think about how most of what we do as our entertainment time tends to be more shallow. It tends to be very technologized. We're kind of consuming it. This can be an okay way of being together. It has its place in life. But I think being realistic, we have too high a proportion of entertainment time as our time together in the home. And we experience that lack of richness. That's part of the lack that we're experiencing here. So that's where I'm saying, hey, what can we do that's different? Reading aloud is a different kind of context. It allows for a different way of experiencing one another and doing something together. Why is it different? How is it different? It's hard to put our finger exactly on that, but here we are all in hopefully a reasonably comfortable place. We're in physical proximity where we're not tending to be more in a dark room looking at a screen, but we're much more turned towards one another and turning our minds together towards this thing that we're all engaging with. And that's not so much kind of out there that's just kind of being offered to us in a screen kind of way, but something that somehow in bodily presence we're able to enter into together and then very naturally transitions into discussion. It's almost like if after watching a television show or movie, you want to have a discussion, you really more have to make an effort of, okay, let's transition now to, whereas reading aloud, it very naturally goes there. Now we're going to have a good discussion about this. I suppose I'd just share from my own experience some of the most rich experiences of my life were reading together with the people that I love in my home. And that's especially why I want to suggest this to you. Reading with your young children is incomparably good. And I absolutely say this is a treasure we need to more go after. But it's not what I'm talking about. When I'm talking here about being a read-aloud leader, I'm going after something a little bit different, while just fully noting that's worth a conversation in itself of the great, irreplaceable value of reading aloud with our young children. Just to give you a sense of what I mean here, being a read-aloud leader in your home, taking that for granted, I'm thinking more, I'd say 3 kind of different from your children groups you might do this with. 1, the whole family. engaging not just kind of the young children, the picture book. This is a different kind of thing. The whole family, and it's going to depend upon what age your children are, but let's just give that as kind of a kind in itself, reading together with the whole family, which includes your wife. Then a second would be just you and your wife. This is probably going to be especially hard to find time to do, but absolutely worth noting. There's something so precious, so unique about reading aloud as spouses. So I really think that that's going to be a key thing to find time to do and to take the lead in doing. And then finally, let's call it the male friends, or kind of the men's group, the friends group, young men, middle-aged men, older men, getting together for reading aloud again, of different kinds. It really is a horse of a different color. It gives them a bond. It gives them a kind of mutual enrichment that's set apart from most of the other things we tend to do together as men these days. That's a really important other kind of reading aloud to do in the home. Have other people over. Hey, men, let's do this together. And we can talk about different kinds. That's going to be really important, meaning different kinds of topics we might read about. But I want you to picture, that's when you say, no, not children in the sense of the little one picture book. Reading aloud, family as a whole, spouse, kind of men's group. Right now, my main concern is to encourage you to think about taking the lead in reading aloud. We can go on to talk about kind of concrete tips of sorting out how exactly you're going to do that. But right now, I just want you to think about how incredibly important it is and what a difference it can make to improve life in the home, to improve your relationships, to find better, richer ways of living together as a family in your home.